Hi and welcome, I'm Hammeh, and in this new video series I'll be walking you through fun extra facts and potential backstory behind the heroes in Overwatch that we discover through their in-game voice lines. Before any map starts and during the game on various triggers, Overwatch heroes chatter with and react to each other in some funny in-game voice interactions. These give us some great insights into hero character, interests and backstories, and even some things in the story that haven't been shown in the game yet. In this video we're looking at Soldier 76's story through his interactions with fellow heroes and the world around him. A farm boy from rural Indiana, Jack Morrison entered the military with plans to stay short term. His decision to join the USA's Soldier Enhancement program, then Overwatch with his friend Gabriel Reyes, was to lead to the world being saved before a path of tragedy for both men. Now existing as Soldier 76, Morrison is on a mission. Whether he's trying to avenge the fall of Overwatch and restore its name has yet to be confirmed.
Old soldiers never die. And they don't fade away.
Jack Morrison, the icon, the poster hero and the legend. Born in rural Indiana, Morrison's meteoric rise was an unintended one. Young Morrison was a rambunctious youth. All those who knew him knew that he was never destined to live out his days as a humble salt-of-the-earth farmer's son. After joining the military intending to serve short term, his work ethic and courage caught the eye of the top brass. And before long, he earned a coveted position in the government's controversial and still classified Soldier Enhancement program. Military scientists shaped Morrison and other inductees into the perfect soldiers, blessed with superhuman speed, strength and agility. When the first Omnic crisis arose, it was Morrison and his brother-in-arms, veteran soldier Gabriel Reyes, who would be among the first recruits for a new international task force, designed to bring together the best and brightest from around the world. This new force would wage asymmetrical warfare against the robots erupting from the rogue Omniums. That task force became known as Overwatch. Although leadership fell to Reyes in these early days, it was Morrison who brought out the best in the people around him, helping mould Overwatch's diverse and sometimes conflicting agents into a cohesive fighting force. The robots were defeated, and as the symbol and hope of the Overwatch generation, Morrison's role in ending the first Omnic crisis and leading Overwatch was celebrated worldwide. The UN rewarded him for his contributions by making him Overwatch's first official commander. Reyes was passed over in the process, and this created a rift between the two men that would ultimately lead to tragic consequences. As Overwatch's global role grew, it served as a global peacekeeping force and a centre of innovation, making advances in fields as varied as environmental studies, space exploration and medical research. As the organisation bloomed, perhaps due to his increased workload and responsibilities, Morrison was unaware of growing conflict within his organisation. As Overwatch's remit and scope of activities expanded, so its Blackwatch unit under Gabriel Reyes grew increasingly out of control. As elements within Blackwatch looked to undermine Overwatch for their own gain, Overwatch was slowly brought to its knees by a series of shocking allegations, negligence resulting in high-profile mission failures, corruption, mismanagement, human rights abuses, weapons proliferation, and much more besides. A special UN committee apparently launched a lengthy and highly secretive investigation into these claims. The inquiry would lead to the dismantling of Overwatch and its once beloved agents, but not before devastation would strike the organisation. Tensions were growing between Morrison and Reyes, climaxing in a purported confrontation between the two at Overwatch's Swiss HQ. The site, Overwatch as an organisation, and Morrison and Reyes were all destroyed and presumed dead, with Morrison being buried with full honours. The story of Jack Morrison for many ended here. However, recently in the Overwatch timeline, several ex-Overwatch facilities have been broken into, including a notable break-in in America at Watchpoint Grand Mesa in Colorado, with the theft of an Overwatch prototype heavy pulse rifle from under the noses of Helix security forces being linked by investigative journalists to potentially being the work of Morrison. This vigilante has been dubbed by the government as Soldier 76. Apparently showing little regard for collateral damage caused, 76 is on a mission to discover who was behind the fall of Overwatch and why they brought the organisation down. Meanwhile, as the mysterious Los Muertos gang tighten their grip on Dorado, Numerico have finally announced the opening of their nuclear plant in the city, designed to bring clean energy to all of Mexico. Local police have intelligence that Soldier 76 may well be in Mexico and have issued a bounty for his arrest. Wanted by multiple governments, apparently connected with a series of recent attacks and bombings at financial institutions and corporate buildings around America, Morrison is on the run. The ex-Overwatch Strike Team commander is now on a journey of revenge. Where it will lead him is anybody's guess.
You didn't make the cut.
He's been on many a campaign and may be fighting his final one, but Soldier 76 isn't one to be serious all the time. He does grumble plenty about being an old man though.
I ain't getting any younger.
And Soldier 76 throws out a fair few insults in a grumpy old fashion too.
You got a lot to learn. You didn't make the cut.
We can see the changes in his character from the past as Morrison, including how he approaches the mission and his attitude to some things.
I don't play by the rules anymore. I didn't start this war. but I'm damn well gonna finish it.
Despite of what's happened to him, some old Morrison values are still in there somewhere.
Respect the man, not the rank.
As grouchy and serious as he can be, he can occasionally happily see the funnier side of things.
Age before beauty. Guess you're coming in third. I love the smell of pulse munitions in the morning.
That of course being a reference to the famous quote from Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Very definitely an 18-rated film, but a great one.
I didn't start this war, but I'm damn well gonna finish it.
Soldier 76 has a fair few interactions with the characters of Overwatch. In particular, he has a whole bunch with Reaper. As we've detailed in Soldier 76's lore and that of Reaper, see Reaper's voice line and lore video linked here for more details, the men that were once friends as Morrison and Reyes have nothing but enmity for each other now. In the storyline outside of game, both may not know that the other still exists yet and what's happened to them, but a potential meeting is played out when the two interact in game. Their old personality differences also come out in this interaction.
Well, you sure take to this bad guy thing easily, don't you?
And you sure know how to play Boy Scout.
And Soldier 76 makes his feelings quite clear on what he thought should have happened when he kills an enemy Reaper.
Someone had to do it.
It'll be fascinating to see what happens as or when these two confront each other again in the Overwatch universe of comics, shorts, or who knows what might come in future. They've certainly got a lot of scores to settle. As one of the original Overwatch strike team, Soldier 76 in his past life as Morrison worked closely with Anna Amari, who's Pharah or Farina Amari's mother, a master markswoman. Soldier 76, like other members of that team, will often comment to Pharah on what her mother may have thought of her.
Your mother would have been proud of you.
You didn't know my mother very well then.
That's an interesting line in reply from Pharah that suggests there were certainly some tensions between mother and daughter, or perhaps that Morrison didn't truly know parts of Anna's personality after all. We'll speculate on that more in Pharah's voice lines and lore video coming up in this series soon. When Pharah scores a kill near a Soldier 76, we think 76 is quick to spot where Pharah's crack aim may have come from.
Got your aim from your mom, I see.
Now, as ex-strike commander of Overwatch, there are probably few countries in the world that Soldier 76 hasn't been to at some point or another. He has a few interesting lines when loading into specific maps in Overwatch that we'll check out here. Firstly, Watchpoint Gibraltar. As an ex-Overwatch base, Soldier 76 has probably been there. He reflects on both his time there,
Bring back Overwatch. What's the point?
and also shed some light on how he feels about Overwatch now.
A lot of memories of this place. They weren't all bad.
Soldier 76 has a fair few lines on Dorado. That makes sense because he's about to be in a battle in Dorado in his upcoming short that's releasing shortly before Overwatch's launch, and he has a couple of voice lines on the map that tie him into it in an interesting story. 76 is certainly interested in the company Lumerico, whose nuclear plant in the city has just been completed apparently. If he's investigating them, could they be linked to the fall of Overwatch?
I want to know what Lumerico's been up to.
We also see 76 in the trailer for his short fighting what looks to be the Los Muertos gang, which is practically confirmed in a recent blog teasing the short on the Overwatch website. S76's views on Los Muertos also become clear in this line.
Los Muertos is a cancer on this city.
Really hyped for this short personally. Will we learn more about Lumerico, Soldier 76's mission, or even news of who Sombra might be and what the Sombra protocol is? Teased in both this map, a voice line from Reaper that we've shared already,
Where's Sombra when you need her?
and potentially she's also been shared in other levels too. Be sure to come back to this channel for my analysis video of the short once it's gone live, and check out the videos linked below for more that I've shared a few weeks and months in the past on what the Sombra protocol could be and rumours about Sombra. Route 66 or Deadlock Gorge is the home of the Deadlock gang, and where McCree was picked up after an Overwatch sting operation caught him and some gang members. It's interesting that 76 remembers either this or Overwatch's battles with the Deadlocks, as he comments on Reyes, now Reaper's, seemingly unfinished job.
Reyes should have cleaned up the Deadlock gang a long time ago.
I wonder if this was intentional by Reyes or not, perhaps for recruitment for Blackwatch or other purposes. What do you reckon? Thanks very much for tuning in to my Hero Voice Line and Story series and catching up with Soldier 76 and Jack Morrison's backstory. If you like this video, please hit that like button below, subscribe and comment with what lines you enjoy most, what you think we might see in the Soldier 76 short coming up, and what hero you'd like to see next. Do you think we're going to see Sombra? Let us know. We're going to be covering Pharah and all of the other heroes of Overwatch in upcoming videos in this series for sure, so be sure to tune back here. We're going to release at least 1 or 2 of these every week. Our gameplay tips and fun guide series is starting soon, so keep an eye out for that over launch and beyond. And you can check out more videos from the Voiceline series, Easter eggs and map lore, and regular Overwatch commentated gameplay vids on the channel too. Until next time, I've been Hammeh. Take it easy, heroes.